Hey out there, I see you. Welcome to my channel. I'm Nemo, and this is Elevation Factor, where we strive to make uplifting content. We strive to make uplifting content to give your life a boost, and hopefully, I'll manage to get the intro in one take again. But more importantly than that, as you can see, I have had a long day, but I want to keep this up, especially if there's someone out there watching and this is actually helping them. Today, I want to inspire you to be more aware, and so we are continuing with my Trans Google series to teach you more about how to be a better ally. And today, talk about pronouns and why not only respecting them once you know them, but asking about someone's pronouns is super important. And first, let's actually talk about what pronouns are, and they're not just something that you put at the end of your dating profile. Pronouns are more than he, him, she, her, they, them. Things you don't even think about anymore are actually pronouns like I, me, you, we. All of those are pronouns. And so when people say they don't use pronouns, it's really an excuse for transphobia. But point is, we've covered that there are more pronouns than what you think of. Now, as far as asking for someone's pronouns, this is regarded mostly by the trans community, and as allies come forth, they are starting to take notice of this. But it is a way to respect someone's gender identity, and it's a way to do what I make sure to do in all of my intros, to acknowledge the person that you are speaking with. It's a way to say, I see you. Because a lot of times, and I have personal experience with this, trans people will find people purposefully using incorrect pronouns to discriminate, to bully, to harass. And this can be very challenging, especially in situations like I read about a student being bullied by a teacher who was unsupportive and unrecognizing of their appropriate gender identity and would purposefully use this child's dead name, which is the name that someone was given pre-transition that they have since switched. And this person had no recourse. The staff at the school wasn't helping, and it was absolutely traumatizing. If I can find the article, I'll link it, but you can also look up dozens, if not hundreds or thousands more articles posted just like that one. So I encourage you to take a little extra time to Google that at some point to really understand this message. But in the meantime, that is one reason why asking for someone's pronouns is important, even if you're not trans, and sometimes especially if you are not trans and you're simply an ally, is to acknowledge that this is an important thing. These things do matter, and eventually, I personally hope, and that's why I'm making these videos, so as to normalize and weed out gender as a concept as a whole and really just allow us to be people. But we are not there yet. We are still a society very attached to gender. So it is important to see people as the correct gender, to notice who they are. And the only way to do that is to ask that person how they identify and recognize them. And a simple way to do that is just asking for someone's pronouns. And I know most people that I encounter are not purposefully trying to be ignorant. And a lot of people also are sometimes scared to ask someone's pronouns. So simply adding it to your introductions, like if I introduce myself to someone on the street, I'll be like, hi, I'm Nemo, he, him, and you are. And just simple things like that really make all the difference. It just normalize it. It not only helps the trans person feel validated and understood and recognized, it also really helps the person asking to just like get their pronouns so that they can then be be aware and can be supportive, and it makes it a lot easier to um, broach that subject. 'Cause I know a lot of people are nervous to offend trans people and they have a hard time even asking for someone's pronouns. So by just saying it yourself, it really helps to just prompt that as part of the conversation. And it really just makes a difference to take these like little ways to recognize someone and put it into practice, because as you'll see if you go on any sort of like LGBT education sites, every little thing you do to be more supportive is suicide prevention. And trans people have something like a 40% high, I believe there's a 40% suicide rate among trans kids. There's some statistic where it's either a 40% higher than average teenagers, or just 40% overall. I don't remember exactly, but there is an alarming rate of suicide like among trans people. And just taking that time, even just to call them by the correct pronoun, that that really makes all the difference. It could make the difference. And so I encourage you to just ask people's pronouns and respect them, and understand that pronouns are for everyone. It's not just some weird trans person thing. And by recognizing that and standing up for that when someone else is being ignorant, and being a chance to educate it, so that the trans person is not constantly needing to be someone's trans Google, which is why I titled this series as such. If you can just do that and like be understanding and supportive, yeah, it really, I cannot describe how much it helps. So hopefully this ramble explains more about what pronouns are. Comment any questions you have, and I will be happy to answer as many as I can. And I will also be happy to go to bed, and eventually I will find a better time to make these videos so I'm not all tired and rambly, and hopefully you understand me a little bit better. All right. That's all for today. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a great holiday season. Take care.